go. Probably totaling up to be a couple $1,000s. I'm very pleasantly surprised.
No, it's been here for 4 months in storage.
I've already had a long day and I've got to get rolling. If you looked at some of the past videos, you've noticed that you have not seen the Grady White at all back in the magic land of gravel. That's because I've taken it down there to my buddy Jackson's house, or actually his shop, and we had the bottom blasted on it, and he's supposed to have gotten the bottom repainted on it. We'll see when we get there. Sucks is I gotta load up a whole bunch of equipment, take the skid steer over there just to lift the damn thing up. I also got my neighbor Alex through the woods, who's got the screaming chickens, to help me out on this too. So he's gonna pull the trailer for the Grady White over there so I can pull the equipment. For those of you who are not from Chattanooga, I'm on Rossville Boulevard, and it is a very, very unique place. There's no other place like it in the world. Well, this is fantastic. Looks like I gotta move about 1,000 pounds worth of garbage out of my way before I can get the freaking Grady White out. Look at that. Up here, I'm gonna do something different. Well, hell, it ain't even finished. You didn't even finish it.
It don't matter.
What about all the garbage in front of the freaking...
Well, you gotta move all that. You gotta get all that garbage out of the way, and then don't forget the damn bed. You gotta load it up.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's been here for 4 months in storage.
All right, let's get this crap unloaded. Move a bunch of junk out of my way. All right, so the plan is we're gonna take this here strap thing, and then we're gonna put it through the loop of the Grady White, like so, and somehow magically lift it up with the skid steer so we don't screw anything up, and drive the trailer underneath it. I mean, it's a little sketchy, but I think it'll work. I think really what we need to do is get the trailer in position and then lift up on it and try to get, you know, in case something gives, we can just, yeah, we can rest the boat back down in the trailer. That's really what we need to do, so. Whoa. Worked like a charm. Look at that. Here we are back at the house with the old Grady. Today we're just gonna go over it and kind of give you a checklist and a rundown of what actually needs to happen. The first two videos are pretty basic. Just the first one was getting the boat and getting it here and just kind of looking it over. The second one, honestly, just kind of sucked. I had COVID when I was doing it, but we did get one of the motors running at least. So let's dive in. Let's take a look at her, see what we are up against here. So I'll start with the outside of the boat. This right here is where we had it blasted. I don't know if you remember how bad this thing was, full of barnacles. It was very, very bad. Luckily, there was no blistering hardly at all. You can kind of see a little bit of patch of where some barnacles used to be, where they kind of got scraped off, but got lucky that there's no blistering on this boat at all. I mean, these Grady Whites are just like a jam up good boat. But we're going to re-gel coat this, I think, just how rough it is. And you can see the line used to come up to here with the bottom paint, but it ended up having to be blasted all the way up to here, like another inch or two above that line. And I just feel like if I bottom paint it up to here, it would just take too much away from the side of the boat and just look kind of a hacked together old boat. So I don't know if I'm going to come back up maybe just a little bit or maybe to its waterline again, or if I'm just going to leave this part of it gel coated and nice so it just kind of looks like a untouched boat. I don't know, leave in the comments of what you think. Now obviously there's a lot of work that still needs to be done on these motors. This one I have a new trim pump assembly for. This one actually kind of blew out. A lot of the fluid came out of the side or whatever. When I was trying to trim it up, it just went and all the fluid just came right out of it. I do have this tie rod right here that is broke. It needs to put back together and be fixed, so the engines are tied together again. This engine here is still up in the air. It should run, I just haven't. It turns over. This one runs, just not very well. So I do have some more parts, tune-up parts, everything like that. I feel like the engines are going to run and they'll be fine. So I'm just going to kind of worry about those a little bit later. And of course, I got to do cleanup again. It sat under a tree and it got full of leaves. We got gauge repair, wiring repair, cables, electronics. Of course, inside the cabin still needs quite a bit of work. It was very nasty since it was pretty much full of water in here. Obviously need a new microwave. I have another refrigerator for it. All new fixtures need to go on it. I need to figure out the stove, if it's any good or we need to replace it. We're gonna have to do some work with the toilet, probably get a new macerating pump for it. Again, more fixtures, a lot of cleaning, get rid of some of this mildew, which I think will come out. I need to like take these hatches up and really clean in the bilge area, and even back there in that hole and these holes, they all need to be cleaned. While this thing was away and getting the bottom paint done, or halfly ass done, I did have all the interior cushions and everything redone in this boat. So I have all new interior upholstery done. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that's actually kind of one of the first things I want to do, is try to get this interior put back together and clean and nice. So that being said, the very next things on the list of what we're going to do with this boat is my wife is going to be cleaning the inside. We're going to try to get that together to where we can at least get the cushions and stuff in it, and check out what other kind of hardware we need, hoses and everything else. Number two, I really need to pull up this floor panel and pull the fuel tanks out of this boat. I don't know what kind of condition they're in, and what really makes me concerned is when we first got the boat, when we pulled the drain plug on it, the bilge water smelled really bad of gasoline. So it makes me kind of wonder if there might be a hole in either one or both of the tanks, which is something kind of common with saltwater boats. All right, find more stuff we need to buy. I got the bilge down here, the forward bilge. Got a shower box, it's missing the lid. Some rotten hoses and some rotten through holes. My guess it was, this thing does not work at all. But what's more amazing than anything is this thing was literally never used. Like, still has the manual for it. That's just crazy to me. Oh wow, there is some Mises in here.
Barely gonna fit through the door.
Alright, so we got most of the appliances taken out of this thing, just so we do some cleanup and measurements and trying to see what kind of stuff we need to actually buy for the boat. We actually got a pretty decent sized list going for it. Some of the stuff you just don't think about is some of this electronic stuff, which I have breakers and stuff like that already I could reuse. I got this tank level monitor here. I don't have that, but man, this thing looks really expensive. I'm sure it needs to be replaced. Like every single pump, every single bilge, whatever, hose, all that, I'm just gonna replace on this boat. I'm not even gonna try. Sometimes I try to like bang on with stuff just to see if I can get stuff to come alive, but this boat has literally been dunked underwater. Aside from that, we know it's probably sat for a good deal of its life as well, because it only has like 230 hours on it, and this is a 2002 model boat. It's 22 years old. So now that we got the cabin mostly taken apart to do a very good, thorough, deep cleaning, now we're going to work on getting the bottom hatch open for the fuel tanks. We're sweeping up all the leaves and everything now, so when we open it up, it doesn't spill down in the bilge. Tell you what, for this boat being underwater, it's actually in pretty amazing shape. I'm really surprised to see that all this wood here is just looks almost in perfect condition. You couldn't ask for any better. Like even looking down in here and kind of, I guess, what you consider the stringer area and everything, this is actually wood. So if you end up buying this boat from me and you see this video, here's your inside view. I mean, this thing is not bad at all. Sheer liquid.
Mm-hmm.
This one's completely full.
Water.
I mean, some liquid, that's a good sign. All right, here's a really good sign. I'm very pleasantly surprised. This tank here is completely full. I mean, we know it's probably not gas, it's probably water, whatever. I don't really care. The fact that it's full of some sort of liquid tells me that there's no hole in it at all. This one over here is probably about 3/4 of the way full. I looked around in it with my light. It looks really good. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump all the liquid out of these tanks, whether it's gas or water, and just kind of inspect it and maybe do a good flush. I think pulling the tanks out of this thing would be kind of a waste of time. I was really kind of thinking the bilge was going to be nasty and everything else, but it's really as clean as you could ask for, as old as this boat is. So a simple wash down will probably do the trick. So we got a pretty good long list of things that needs to be ordered for the Grady White. We got things like stoves, microwaves, refrigerator parts, shower boxes, hoses, battery chargers, you name it. There's quite a bit of stuff that we need to get for it. Probably totaling up to be a couple $1,000s. So I'm gonna leave you guys off right here. Gotta get some stuff ordered. Hopefully next time you see us, we're gonna have a pallet of new parts for this boat and we can really kind of see some good results with it. Plus we need to do a lot more cleanup work. I want to try to get some window leaks fixed and stuff like that before we actually put the new upholstery in the boat. I gotta send the exterior upholstery off, like the seats and the perimeter upholstery or whatever. I need to get that stuff done. And we still have a list of things we need to do to the motors. So there's going to be several more episodes of this boat. But we will be taking this thing fishing by the time it's all said and done. Probably just on my lake, but hey, we got to enjoy just a little bit of our hard work, don't we? So I'm going to leave you guys off right here. Like and subscribe. You will see this boat again. Back with the old gray. That was a bad deal. Alright, here we are back with the old. I can't do it today.